It is Brian on the big time. It's Whitney Allen. We're hanging out with Tim McGraw, who can't stop working out. Wow. Hi, Tim. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Listen, we were just looking at this photo of you on people.com.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Do you feel objectified at all? Because
I feel so just, I don't know I don't know.
You have no shirt on there. You're wearing a parka with us.
Well, we were playing basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, we were playing basketball.
I'm just wondering if you feel objectified, because never in my life have I felt objectified. I'm really I'm working on it.
I don't tell you the truth. I don't know what to think.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are an amazing. We saw you during the summer in Chicago.
Yes.
The Kenny tour.
Chicago.
Yeah. You don't mess around with your workouts. You don't. You're on a boat. You were probably gonna lift up things that are on the boat to work.
I've already got my workout in today. I don't have to do anything else. But
it's insane what you do.
It's I enjoy it. It's part of my routine. It's part of what keeps me sane, I think, in a lot of ways. Yeah.
When did you start enjoying it?
Well, I've always been an athlete, and so
Yeah.
I've always been around, worked out, and been around gyms and stuff. Being a ball player, and but I quit drinking. It'll be 5 years coming up in May, and I think that was probably,
Congratulations.
thank you, and I think that was probably when I really decided that it was time to sort of, enjoy my life and be around for my kids and be around to see my grandkids, and you got to start that early.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody last night. They said basically, with Tim McGraw, you say to Tim, "You want to do this," and Tim just goes, "Bring it." And I mean, that's one thing about the new album, which is out today, by the way, 2 Lanes of Freedom. Really an amazing album.
Thank you.
A lot of music on there. I thought, there'll be 9 songs, whatever.
Yeah.
But on this deluxe edition, it's like there's a ton of music on there.
There's a lot of music. I like having a lot of music. It's always tough for me, to figure out what I want to get on the record and what I want to finish.
Right.
A lot of times you just don't finish stuff because you got other things that you're concentrating on. But
right.
But it's just we had so much fun in the studio. I mean, with this stuff, the songs were just spectacular.
The one song, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, when we got in there and we started digging into this stuff, and great musicians and started playing these songs and really sort of experiment, we just realized that we just had something special.
It's got to be difficult because you didn't write these songs.
No.
And when you write songs,
I had some, but they didn't make the cut. Yeah.
You bring in 6 year babies and they don't make the cut. But when you're doing that much music and you have to find it all from scratch, that's how time consuming is that?
Well, I listen to a lot of music.
Yep.
I'm always listening to demos and finding songs that I sort of have to have a visceral sort of connection with something. It's got to hit me in a way that sort of opens me up a bit. And, sometimes songs are older songs. Sometimes they're songs that everybody in town's passed on.
Right.
Sometimes they're brand new songs. You just have to listen to what, for me, it's about, I have to record what I want to record and how I want to record it and make it sound the way I want it to sound.
Which is something that's kind of, you haven't had that luxury in quite a while, correct?
Well, I've always been able to go in and make the records I want to make. I think for me, and it sort of backed its way into this record for an energy that we had, it was knowing what we were going to do after we finished the music, and knowing that we were going to have a plan and we're going to be able to present our music in the way we wanted to present it. And I think that was something that was different for me, and I think that in a way that sort of backwashed itself into the making of the record as well, and it created a sense of optimism and a sense of freedom.
Wait, hang on, backwashed? I just want to get that.
Yeah, well,
I got a visual.
I said backwash. I'm from Louisiana. We backwash a lot.
I know. I backwash all the time, too. I just never really talk about it in public. That's all right. Nashville Without You is one of those songs when I started, when I saw the title, I was like, oh, this is going to be kind of sad and about a woman, but it's about everything and everyone.
I think the great thing about country music, and I think that what we're all proud of being a part of country music, I mean, we all make our records, and we want to progress, and we want to make the records that sound true and good to us, and without any constraints and worrying about what anybody thinks. We have to make records as artists. But I think we're all proud of our history, and I think we're proud of the history of country music, and proud of the history of Nashville in a lot of ways, socially and educationally, and certainly the people have come before us and just sort of blew the doors open with their music and allowed us to do the things that we do, and I think that song sort of says all those things.
Yeah. It does. And then you were talking about, the backwash into into the tour. You have got your tour is starting in May?
May, yes. First weekend of May.
When are you and Faith doing the by the way, she's got to knock it off with the abs too. I'm just saying
she's
because
pretty good shape.
Yeah, she is. When are you guys doing the Vegas thing?
We're almost done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we only have 5 weekends left.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then you get a
sort
little
of middle of April or so we'll be finished.
So you get a little bit of a breather.
About a week.
Hit the gym like way too hard every day, and then how many cities you doing on this?
I think
run?
we'll do 30, but it'll probably be extended a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who are you taking with you?
Brantley Gilbert's going to be out with me.
Okay.
And Love and Theft are going to be out with me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know that they're trouble.
No, I know that. Well, they were out with me on the Southern Voice tour.
Oh, so you know. That's where we met them. That's right.
And they're great guys and great. You know, the thing about it is I wanted to put together a diverse set, you know, with some different music. And although we all are country musicians, and I think this tour sort of shows what's great about country music is the diversity that we have.
Yeah, it is.
And Love and Theft has got one of the coolest new records on the radio right now. I love their new single.
Yep.
And Brantley's sort of got that young Hank Jr. sort of vibe going with him, and his records just jump off the radio, and I do my thing. So I think it's a really diverse night of music.
Right. All right. So that's, you think you're doing that for 30 dates?
At least 30, yeah.
And you still, because I'll never forget one of the funniest things. Well, now we realize that it's what happens. But it was a date in San Diego. And we heard you saying to your people, get my shoes, I'm going to run up that hill. And we thought you're whatever. Yeah, Tim McGraw's going to run up the hill before the show. And you said you've already put on it because you're doing a concert tonight. You've already done a workout today. Do you still run up hills before shows?
I like running before the show.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I do. It's sort of gets your adrenaline going, and I like timing it where I can run sort of right in the dressing room, take a quick shower, and change and go. You know?
Do you do that before an album, or is that a different thing?
I work. I mean, I still exercise pretty good. I mean, I think it opens up your head a bit. You know, frees your mind
Jackie's
up
going
a
to
little
boot
bit.
camp.
That's pretty cool. It's intense.
It's hard.
Did y'all puke though? See, I'm a puker.
Yeah.
I have a few times.
Have you?
Yeah, on occasion.
All right, so there's no shame in that, Jackie.
Yeah,
Feel free.
Don't want to talk about it.
Just as long as you keep going.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
It's kind of like drinking.
You guys, okay, she does that too.
Rally.
Yeah, she does that too. All right, so what else should we know about this? How long did it take you to put this together? I think I cut you off when you were talking about that.
We've been working on it for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, putting it all together. I mean, the crew here and everybody that works for the USS Midway have done so much work to help them.
Midway's
made us
unbelievable,
so
right?
welcome here.
Yeah.
And my crew, my bunch has done so much work over at Red Light and Mary Hilliard at our PR company and the people that work for Tim McGraw. You know, touring. They've done so much work. I mean, it's just been a group effort for sure.
And you've done so much over the last year, also helping the veterans with the homes, which was just a remarkable. Every time you did it, it was like magic. It was, I was a wreck, and I can't imagine what it was like to be you giving away houses.
For me, it's I don't what I do, but what everybody does, and what the people that work for us do, and Operation Homefront does. It's pretty spectacular because these guys they put their lives on the line first and foremost, and their families. We have no idea what the families go through here. You don't make a lot of money in the military anyway, but so to struggle with that,
right?
But also to worry about what your loved one's going through every single night before you lay down and go to sleep is something that we just can't comprehend.
No.
And they're doing all of that so we can be free to do the things that we love to do. And a lot of times these guys come back whether they're wounded or things aren't going economically the way they need them to go or want them to go. And so they put their life on the line for our freedom, and they get back. And freedom means a lot of things. Freedom means a roof over your head. Freedom means your kids being fed. Freedom means getting a good education for your kids.
Right.
And so a lot of times these guys come back, and they don't have the freedoms
that they fought for.
That they fought for.
Yeah.
They don't have a roof over their heads. They don't have a job. And, their kids aren't eating like they should be eating. And so to have an opportunity to have a solid, stable home and a solid, stable environment for your family is something that's priceless to those guys.
Well, I think that what you're doing, just for those people that you can help, it's one of those that sends out ripples because it reminds the rest of us to do something.
Everybody can do something.
Everybody can do something.
I've been fortunate to be in a position that people come to me and want to help me do something.
Wow. See, yeah.
But I get to do. At least I get to be involved.
Well, I'll tell you what. The new album. I know you got to go. There's so much to do today. 2 Lanes of Freedom. The songs. I mean, the ones that hit me. I loved the Nashville Without You, Friend of a Friend.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I Owe You a Dance. Book of John.
Yeah.
What am I forgetting? I'm doing these all off the top of my head because I think the album is fantastic.
Thank you.
I don't need to tell you that. I'm sure you've tweaked and sat and blood, sweat, and tears over
what
to put
you
out.
never finish. You just kind of comes to the time where you have to turn it loose.
That's right. That's right. Well, I think you turned it loose at just a fine time.
Well, thank you.
And
I'm
Tim,
excited about it.
You are always such a gracious host and guest, and really thank you for asking the big time, because the phones never stop for you, and we will never stop for you. And thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
Appreciate it. Tim McGraw, always.
Yeah.
Except, next time, lose the parka, if you don't mind. I mean, come on.
It's cold in here.
You know, I know Faith is going to kick my butt for saying that, and she could, but I don't blame her. I'd be guarding you too.
Pretty tough.
I know she is. She kicked my ass. That's why I stepped back. Thank you, Tim. Thank you
See
so
you guys.
much.